Hello again, everyone. Welcome to this week's edition of Focus Vandalia. My name is Rich Hopkins. I'm the communications manager for the city, and we're coming to you today from the Vandalia Senior Citizens Center. Now, this is a place that's getting ready to do something they haven't done in better than 6 months, and that's open again to the public. When the COVID-19 pandemic first hit in the spring, one of the first facilities required to close was the Senior Citizens Center. Coordinator Tony Williams says in the 6 months following the center's closing, she's been anything but idle.
We got the word on March 13th that we need to shut everything down. Shut down the building, shut down transportation, shut down rentals. So it got very quiet in here. But I knew the city had set aside some capital money to get some improvements done this year, so I asked that we kind of move that timeline up because we had no idea at that time how long things would last like that, how soon we'd be opening.
Word came earlier this month that senior centers will be permitted to reopen before the end of September. But any centers reopening will be operating under new guidelines set forth by Ohio Governor Mike DeWine.
It's according to what his guidelines have to say. You know, if you can't open at a level 3, we might not be able to open if Montgomery County's still there. He said reduce capacity. How reduced is that? You know, am I laying 10 in at a time, or do we have greater numbers? If it's 15%, I have a lot more to do in here.
Williams has already done quite a bit to accommodate social distancing requirements.
We used to seat 64 in here, and with social distancing, we now seat 24 on this side and 12 on the side part of the dining room, and that used to seat 32. It used to be 96 in here, and I can get 9 in that back art room, which we didn't used to use. I can do 45 people for an event where everybody is trying to see the front.
Parks and Recreation Director Steve Clark says the operational guidelines the center will be required to follow weren't released by the state until just a few days ago.
Once we've had a chance to review the new guidelines and mandates, we will hit the social media pretty hard. I believe we're going to attempt to contact each senior member with a phone call. We have a group of volunteers that are willing to try to reach out to let people know when the center is going to be opening and answer any of their questions.
Clark says his staff is thrilled to be able to talk about reopening the center after such a lengthy shutdown.
We're excited about that being a possibility as well, as even if it's reduced capacity, getting back to having our lunch and learns and different programs is pretty exciting.
The earliest the center would be permitted to open is next Monday, September the 21st. But that depends on how quickly the state's new guidelines can be implemented.
We're awaiting the guidelines to come out on that. We do know that it will include reduced capacity, probably checking people as they come in, their temperatures and such. So we're waiting on those guidelines to make sure how we can safely reopen the center. But there seems to be a lot of excitement out there among the seniors.
At this point in the game, we're still working through the governor's guidelines on what needs to happen before the center can reopen. As soon as that information becomes available, we'll pass that along to you through social media and even through phone calls. That's going to do it for this edition of Focus Vandalia. I'm Rich Hopkins. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.